You are now ready to descend.
I've been excommunicated from the Swedish church for running naked straight into a sermon, yelling, profanities. Oh, that's a tough one. That was not very tough. They sent me an email and I replied. Actually, they sent me an email way before time. And at that point I was really busy, so I said, "Sorry guys, I really can't do it. It sounds good, but I can't." And then they decided to try it again, and at that point my schedule was cleared, and I figured, hey, we can give it a go. Oh, I wasn't exactly clear on how much was done when I started working on it. I thought pretty much everything was done, but I figured out later that not everything was done, but almost everything. There were a few things that needed adding, but most of it was done. I mean, we had the accompaniment and the melodies and most of the lyrics in one form or another, but we did change some, and there were an extra song added at the end, and so things happened. But yeah, I thought they had an album already ready for me to go. Well, like I said before, most of the music was already written, and the lyrics were there, and the melodies were there, but if you look at the end result, I think I had pretty much a chance to change many a thing. So I was given pretty much free hand with the melodies, for instance, and sometimes even with the lyrics. Not all the time. I had some restrictions that this song needs to be about this, and this song is about that, but for the most part I could change pretty much what I wanted. Well, it spans all the way from hard rock to metal, and that's pretty much where it stays, but there are even some elements of prog in there, which is funny given that Blomman, that wrote most of the music, pretty much all of it, doesn't really listen to prog anyway, but I've found some elements and I like that a lot, so that really speaks to me, some of that part. Well, I think in some ways you'll find surprises. I mean, if you have a look at people that would have followed me and heard my music before, there'll be a few surprises with the way I'm singing on this one, but maybe not as much as there would have been if they hadn't heard the Trail of Murder album. So you hear that, you hear a little bit of what's going to come later, but I think the vocals on this is probably even better than the Trail of Murder album. Oh, well, normally I'm pretty much in control of writing my melodies and my lyrics and my vocal arrangements and all, backing vocals and all. But on the other hand, there tends to be pressure on me to deliver the words and the melodies in a certain kind of manner, whereas in this case I've had free reign in that area, and I've not had 100% free reign in the lyrics department, but it's actually more liberating this way, so that's kind of cool. Well, first of all, not everything is cohesive, because it's a little bit different. We have a little bit of a concept story in there, but that's not all of the songs, it's just part of them. And I would actually prefer for you to discover that on your own when the album comes out, and figure out what that's about. Maybe even see where the story picks up its whole the little core where that's picked up from. If you find that out, I'll be impressed. And other than that, we have lots of different themes in there, but pretty much everything is it's all very heartfelt and all very honest, I would say. Oh yes, it's always interesting. Actually, those 4 are the first 4 I've done. The only 4 I've actually done where I appear in the video in actual live footage. So that's fun. The only other video that I've actually been a part of before is Ted Moreau's video. It's for the Anubis song, and for that one I'm not even part of that, not even a picture. It's I'm sort of like I'm put into there using 3D. I'm sort of like a statue there. So this is the first time. It's kind of cool. It's taking me this long to do that, but to get there, wouldn't be so strange because I've always gone like videos. I don't like it. I never watched it. I've never really watched MTV or anything like that. But making the videos is actually fun. Well, the actual recordings weren't very difficult. I mean, sure, my tubes died and I had to replace them. And when I'm talking about tubes, I'm not talking about, you know, feminine body parts. We're talking about my preamp, and I had to have those replaced and have that biased again. And then on top of that, I had personal difficulties with my life. Lots of turbulence there. And speculations are welcome. Drug abuse, whatever you want to put in there, jail, whatever you want to guess. No matter what you guess, I want to hear it because this is fun. I love rumors about myself. So that's like the best thing I know. You know, a friend of mine walks up to me and they're like horrified about what they've heard, and I go like, "Oh, really? You heard that? Cool. That's fun." So anyway, bring it on. Speculations aplenty. That's perfect. But no, well, sure, we did have some difficulties, but it wasn't really much, you know, of anything. In the end, it all turns out for the best. So. Horrifying. I mean, it's hard to describe anything as horrifying that makes you laugh, right? But some of the more extreme ones were that I've been excommunicated from the Swedish church for running naked straight into a sermon, yelling, you know, profanities. That's something I was going like, wow, I wish I'd been there for that. that's awesome. And there are other rumors too, like apparently I married the star from Lost and moved to the US. Sure, I moved to the US, but I didn't marry a star from Lost. But there you go. Whatever you have, bring it on, I love it. Well, I would say that they're probably correct, but who knows, it might still come back. And I mean, metal is by no means dead, it's just not, you know, the hype of fashion anymore. And so that's, I mean, really, who cares? Look out for the album and make sure you check it out, because this is actually really good stuff. And I mean, really good stuff. So, I even impressed myself. Now that's saying a lot. Squeak! Crackle. You know, they gave me pretty much free reign with changing things. So, the 80 to 90%, I stripped it back down to I don't know how many percent, but I've changed a lot, and I think it's all for the better because I'm so great. Or maybe that's not why. I just think it was good the way it is. I think it's better the way it is right now, but not because I'm so great, but because I'm so awesome. Wait a minute, should I stop myself from saying this? There are songs within the concept, so I couldn't change that, and I was really sad about that because it would have been better. No, no, quite seriously. I'm sorry, it's hard to stay straight, and you know it. I'm impossible like this. But I'm sorry, I'm bad.
Any plans for the tour?
No.
Let's go for it.
No, do it again. I just couldn't help myself. Well, I would say look out for the album and stay out of its way because it's going to be nasty. No, no. Black leather crackles, cold water runs.